Welcome back to Tennessee Mornings. There's new legislation making the rounds at the state capitol that would limit how much you could claim under Tennessee's consumer protection.
And joining us now with more on what that means for you, we have Jim Higgins from the Higgins firm. This is the second time that we've talked about limits on different lawsuits that are being, now looked at. So this is definitely a trend, I guess, with this legislation.
It is. I mean, it is truly, and from Haslam and everyone else is saying they're trying to be more business friendly. And so, I guess the flip side of that is may not be so consumer friendly. But what's interesting in this is we've had the Consumer Protection Act for a while, and what our office generally uses it for is if someone has an insurance claim that's denied and we think it's done unfairly, there was no investigation, it can be traumatic. A lot of times we have people that have their houses burned down and an insurance company will say, well, we think you did it, or we think it was arson, and people are left without a home, they're left without a place to live, and so the only leverage they have a lot of times is what we call the Tennessee Consumer Protection Act. And what that says is that, hey, if an insurance company does this without really looking into it, just kind of makes a flippant decision, and we can prove that, then they can get their attorney's fees, so they don't have to pay for us. So they can get treble damages. And so having that out there makes the insurance company think twice. It makes them investigate more. Well, under some of the proposals that's coming through the legislation, that may be removed from an insurance company. And I think that's kind of unfortunate because it takes away that incentive for them to really investigate the claim.
Right.
Because if they lose now, well, they just got to pay it. Big deal.
Is this what Opryland, is this similar to what Opryland is involved in with the insurance company and trying to get more money from them?
Right.
Okay.
So there's an interesting struggle going on down there because at first, I think when they did this, they saw it mainly between just regular folks like us and their insurance companies. But Gaylord and other people have come down there and talked to them and say, hey, listen, this is really used between businesses just as much as it is people. You're hurting us too, because Gaylord is in a fight over what, $100 million, some number I can't even think of. And so that is their leverage with their insurance companies to say, hey, if you really are sticking it to us, that you deserve to have to pay this, and we shouldn't have to pay all these attorney's fees, and we shouldn't have to do that. Now, if the insurance company's right and they're paying what they're supposed to, well, then that law is of no effect. But it needs to be in there to balance the cases where a company is really acting unfairly.
That's interesting. All right, well, if you have questions about this, you can contact the Higgins firm. It's 615, well, there's the 1-800 number, 1-800-705-2121, HHP firm. You can find them online. Also send your questions in to us, Tennessee Mornings at fox17.com. Thanks for coming in, Jim.
Thank you, Jake.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Let's head over to weather. Here's Craig.